Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review. Damn. I love that intro. Every time I watch that, because I didn't make it, so it's like new to me every time. But hello there, I'm Kevin, aka Toying Around. I'm a toy collector, sometimes toy photographer, and sometimes toy reviewer, and you're watching Unboxing Thursdays. I got a huge pile of unopened toys every week. I'm adding to it, which is also part of the problem. And this stream is a weekly push for me to open those toys, make some space so I can inevitably buy more toys. But this is a weekly wrap session with some of my friends in the collecting community, and we discuss all the different aspects of this hobby. So whether you're tuning in live or catching up later on the replay, and maybe you're doing the dishes or putting the kids to bed, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing here every week, please do consider subscribing, or if you're not, double check. Maybe you thought you were subscribed and you're not. So please go ahead and do that. Share this wherever you can, that we're live right now. It all goes a long way in helping out the channel, and I appreciate that. So thank you all very much. A couple of people have asked me recently, like, do I have a Patreon? And I don't. And I don't know if I need or want one, because I feel like I'd be obligated to, give you guys more stuff. Like, you're subscribing you have tiers and all this stuff. And I feel like what do I have to offer other than like putting myself in debt with all these things that I'd buy. But if you are interested in supporting the channel, or if you're in the position to, you can do so during the live streams with super chats or the super stickers, or you can visit buymeacoffee.com/toyingaround. I've modified it so it says buy me a stick of butter. All this goes towards upgrades to, like, for instance, better mics, for better audio, more reliable software for the streams. I don't know if you guys remember early on, there's a lot of audio issues. Things didn't look right with the video and all the guests. So, and shipping for the giveaways too. So it all goes towards that. I'm trying out another thing this week, second week in a row. I'm also simultaneously streaming this to Twitch TV, twitch.tv/toyingaround. And last week we got 3 viewers. So that was awesome. Thank you very much. Next week, March 4th, I will be opening toys with some fellow enablers. You know them as Prime to the First, High School Creations, and 796 Studios. That's March the 4th. March 11th, Sergeant Bananas will be returning. One of our guests tonight, that's his best friend, and Kyle. So this month has been crazy, and I promised that it was going to be a big month, and I hope I've been delivering for everyone. It was D-Amazing, Paul Sun Young Lee, the crew of the ACBA podcast, and tonight, the big names keep rolling. I have with me Tyler and Chris from Smash Lab Creations.
Hello.
What's up, fellas?
Yo. What's up, Kevin? How are you?
Good. Sorry, that intro, I had to add more stuff, and it ended up being a little bit longer. But how are you guys doing?
Doing chill. Doing good.
Very good right now. We're very excited to tell you what's going on, and we can't wait to see if you guys like our idea, and we hope you're ready.
Yep.
I'm very excited to have you guys on. I've been pestering Chris for a while, and he's just been dodging all the requests, and it finally happened.
Yeah, I finally really have something to say, so I was waiting. I didn't want to come too early, but now we figured it out together, and we're ready.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that. You have like an actual topic to bring, something of substance that you want to talk about, so you'll finally say yes, as opposed to me, who's just talking bullshit here every week. But why don't you guys introduce yourselves real quick for people who may not know you that are watching right now.
So this is Tyler, my good friend, the greatest sculptor in the world that you guys have not heard of yet. And I'm saying world. I know the toy community knows Tyler, but I'm saying world because I would really like everyone to share this and really spread this and make it go past the toy community, because everyone can benefit from what we're about to tell you, and even from like videos like yours, like this whole unboxing thing, Kevin. It's something very special that I like that you do, because something really awesome is a good feeling is opening toys, right? And you do that and nothing's better than opening toys except opening toys with a friend. And
Yeah.
you do that right here. So it's so awesome. And thank you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
Chris.
you, man.
I'm Papa Smash. That's it, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right, and Tyler. Did you already introduce Tyler? That was
No,
good.
go ahead. Sorry. No, it's all good. So, I'm Uncanny Assassin, or on my art Instagram, I go by Uncanny Sculpts, and I'm a figure photographer, figure collector, and I actually sculpt my own head sculpts and hopefully accessories, stuff like that down the road. But I do all that stuff myself that I went to school for.
Sweet.
And yeah, I like to say that my main ones are going to be figure arts, DBZ for my lines, Mezco, and Marvel Legends. Those ones are my top ones for sure.
Beautiful. Big shout outs to Charles Phillips for the generous super chat. He says, having a cocktail and doing the dishes. That's a nice combination. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. I love having a nice drink while doing the dishes. Usually I'm checking out Toy Migos. And but right now, this is my turn to, penetrate your ears and eyes. But thank you very much. This is the second time my random accent came out. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Shout out to the Butter Nation, everyone who is here watching. Who's here? Omar Vasquez was here at 7 o'clock.
I want to say something because
Yes, go for it.
Diego just said Tyler is Barbara Gordon to Chris is Nightwing. Actually, Tyler's my Wally West. He's my Wally West.
Yeah, aren't Nightwing and Barbara Gordon like?
Yeah. I have my Barbara Gordon. Yeah.
I must know he knows you guys better than I do. So you know what? Maybe that's some extra insight. Berserk 69 Primero is here. Chamba says should be another solid episode. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in every week. Michael Wisman is here. 796 Terrence DMC Studio says I'm here now. What's going on? Darth Clueless is here. Raspor, Vern's Hobbies. Vern, I shipped out one of your prizes, or I shipped out your prize, so hopefully you get it soon. Adam Gonzalez got his little swag in the mail that I sent him today. Butter Nation King Megacon, Charles Phillips, thank you. Action Figure Experts. The Chamba is now watching on Twitch because he is a big Twitch guy. He says the Twitch stream seems to run smoother for me. All right, I'm getting another view there, bringing it up to 2. Thank you very much. Matthew Charles, what's going on? Thank you for coming out. Blind Skate Deck. And Chad Kinsler is back. Thank you, man. How you been? RMD Collective says, what's good, toying around? I'm doing well. How are you? Just here hanging out with these fellas. Hoping you guys get to know them a little bit better. Hoping I get to know them a little bit better. El Collector, Crazy Tune Productions. I'm late again. It's okay. We are all here. It's going to be a while. Chris and Tyler are, Batman and Catwoman. Todd Cheesy, what's good? Darren, what's good? Thank you for coming on. Nico Hodge. Some new names in here. Jose Morales, High School Creations, Housebound Punk. We are going through this. Nightwing X. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Sometimes I bring on some of these people, and you already know them. I'm sure you already know a lot of the guests that I have, but for me, I feel like I learn something new every week. So I don't want to feel like I'm being repetitive with something, or I don't want any of the guests to feel like they're being repetitive, saying something that people might know about you. So like when we're here to talk, just pretend we're all new here. Because for me, I learn something new every week. It's awesome, and that's kind of what I do. It. I feel a little bit selfish, actually. Like it's just for my enjoyment, but if I can share it with everyone and they can learn something too, that's great. So, guys, let's go.
All right. Do you have anything to say?
What have you got to open?
So I've been waiting for forever for the Blood Force Krig. Now we got the Asia Gold exclusive one.
What's your definition of forever when the release date, okay, the drop date and the shipping and arrival of the shipment all took place in the same month?
Yeah, that was so quick. That was like it came out of customs and it was like, oh, here's the shipping. And it's like, oh, okay, nice. And that came out so quick. But I was so glad to have this because after as soon as I got it, I felt like definitely and I'm like, because I'm used to opening things immediately. I'm like, all right, I gotta mess around with it a little bit, pose it up, put it aside for a little bit, admire it. So having to wait like a week was a killer on me.
I
Especially for-
appreciate that, and everyone here appreciates that. Thank you very much.
Of course. We have making more fun over here. So then we got that. We got the Class C Adventurer Android 18. See how this is. I kind of feel like I want the Demonical Fit one more, but we'll see how this one goes out.
Right.
Then we got Figure Art Bardock. He's gonna be pretty dope. And then we got Figma Aqua and Konosuba. I got those 4 to open up today, which I'm definitely gonna be Craig first.
Hey,
What you
win
got?
or lose, what's going on? Monkey 29 DNA. Thanks for coming out. Those are some awesome. I'm definitely interested in that Krig. Chris, you got anything good?
I'm probably gonna open up a mini brand, and then besides that, I'm just gonna unbox your minds if I'm allowed to.
Absolutely. The mini brands. I don't know if you guys know. These are the mini brands by this company called Zuru. I've bought a few of these already. They basically make miniatures of actual real life products out there. They have like a food brand, they have a products line, they have a toy line, and I think they're supposed to be scaled to Barbies, but the food ones are like the scale's all over the place. So I kind of stop with those, but the toy ones are really cool. I've gotten like a 112, almost 112 scale, like a Rubik's Cube, and like Ninja Turtles. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So these are all blind boxes, but they're balls, so blind balls, and
Okay.
we're gonna open up some blind balls for y'all and see what's going on. I went to the dollar store earlier and I found these Hot Wheels turtle van.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
I got this a few weeks ago, but I kept forgetting to bring it downstairs. It is this SH Figure Arts Yellow Ranger from Mr. Cheney from the Toy Migos. He sent me some stuff and he was like super nice. He's like, oh, you know what? I think you'll like this more than I'll like it. And he just said, I had no idea this was coming. I opened it up on my IG Live, but this is so cool. Thank you very much. And at first I thought it was the Japanese version, like the Sentai version, which he was still a male in that show. But his name was Boy. So I was running around the house going, Boy! And then I looked closer. I'm like, oh wait, she has breasts, and this is the American version. But that doesn't stop me from yelling, Boy! What else? I've also got this Super 7 Ultimate Leonardo from a local toy store here, nmctoys.ca. So shout outs to them. I got this Big Mother from NECA. Ordered it last July. And these came in. They're gigantic. So probably going to open this first. Oh, yes. I already have a request. Are we going to see Toka and Razor? There we go. And whatever else we get to, I want to talk to you guys about. You guys are both toy photographers, right? Because when Chris, you make awesome props and dioramas, but once you complete those, you take really good shots using those props in the. It's not just like a product shot; you're actually incorporating them into your ACBA. And Tyler, I've been following since. I think we were talking about this a few weeks ago, like since the early Instagram days, like 2013, 2014.
Yeah, I think we checked because I started in 2012, and then you said you started following me in 2013. I was like, God damn, so long.
Yeah, man.
Not realize. I didn't realize it's so long.
How did you make that jump from did you guys start off with toy photography?
For me, it was like 2012. My ex at the time had gotten me my first figure, which was a Nightwing figure from Arkham City, the Mattel one. And I was like, all right, cool. I want to buy a bunch of Arkham City figures. So I started posing and putting them up there putting them up on Instagram, just posed up and everything like that, and started tagging random stuff. And I think I had, I think it was Cult of the Batman had shown me to the figure photography area, and then somehow somebody else, I can't remember, it's so far back, about I started getting into ACBA. I saw what they were capable of. I was like, all right, let me try to push toward that more. And from then on, I just like, okay, now I know what to do as far as figure photography and stuff goes. So that's pretty much where I've started from.
Nice. What about?
So
Yeah.
I've always played with toys my whole life. I've never stopped playing with toys, whether it was like Legos or action figures or whatever. In some way, I always played with toys. And I, grew up. I had friends, and as I grew up, I started realizing people stopped playing with toys. And when I was with my fiance, like maybe a year in, she started using Instagram, and she showed me what it was. So I jumped on, and I think one of the first things, I always took pictures. When I was in high school, I used to take pictures of toys, but when I went on Instagram, I started seeing other people were doing that. I think one of the first guys that I saw was like this guy that would take like 1 million pictures of Woody, and I forget what his name is.
That Revel, was it the Revel Woody with the perv face?
Probably, yeah. And it was
That-
like all his page was just straight Woody.
All over. Yeah, I remember that time. And like the little Revel Tech Dan board guy who was like he had like a cardboard box for a head.
Yeah, that too. Exactly.
Everywhere.
And then I started coming across other people like Darius, the Amazing, Randy, GBH, and a bunch of guys.
Randy.
Some guys I actually knew maybe, but not. I didn't know them. I just kind of like came across them when I used to go on Figure Realm. But I never chatted with anybody in Figure Realm. I just would watch what they would say to each other, and I was just like shy. But then, yeah, I started taking more pictures after I started getting inspired by like Darius and Randy. Then I came across ACBA and joined there. And the first person that let me in was Billy Mahoney. And he was so nice to me. And I told him, someday I'm going to make you proud, And we actually had a nice chat yesterday. And I told him the idea. He loves it. It's been a lot of fun, this whole ACBA experience, the whole toy photography experience, the whole toy community itself. It's something that I was always looking for. And then when I came across it, I was like, wow, like everyone is so great. Like I looked up to a lot of people, and I just seen how much potential everyone had. And I remember going to an ACBA gallery that Fabio, I came across him at Frankenstein's, and he was like, we have a gallery later, come by.
Wow.
And it was awesome. And there was like Fabio was there, Henry Beltran, Adrian Beltran, and then Diego was there. And I was like, he pulled me aside and he was like, hey, come check out my posing. And he brought me in and showed me his posing, showed me his diorama. He was so proud. And I was like, yo, this guy, he's so awesome. Like he was my hero that day, like he brought me into his world, and it was just I fell in love with it even more. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Oh, that does remind me that Randy is the one that started me into ACBA, showing me the ropes.
Shout outs to 80s Baby, our good friend. Thank you for the super chat. He says, here for Smash Lab, Commercial Herbs Creations, LLC. Love you, Butter Baron. Thank you, my man. Panchizi says, Randy, goodbye horses. What an OG. Yes, that guy has
it was the age of
since I started my Instagram. And he was always cool to he would just be open to questions. I would message him about stuff and this and that. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, a lot of people in the community are very open with, because when I first discovered this, I'm just like, oh man, what do you do with your camera settings? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I was just asking everyone everywhere, and they were like all super cool with helping out. So that Instagram community has just been very very supportive, and that's awesome. But speaking of Instagram, you, my friend, have been doing some stuff on IG. Do we want to get into this now? We'll just get into this specific part. We're just going to start hit him with a little bit first. You started doing this thing on IG where you were, some people were saying there's a new algorithm going on.
Yeah.
And you started doing some giveaways.
Yeah, the experiments with the giveaways and all that, it was to test the algorithm, but more than anything, it was just to show me how the community was working together and what they really like. So one time, when the first one that really popped off was when I said tag a friend to this. That one was the one that had the most activity. So I was really trying to see if people would do something for others, and I know they will. So it should, that one had the most. But when I was like, hey, do this your own, nobody wanted to do it. But the friend one was like popped off. So I was like, okay, people really do like stuff like that. So I started giving stuff away. I'm still working on all this stuff, the containers, but I'm finishing up this week and sending them out. But I just wanted to show like our appreciation, like to all these guys, the guys that support us, whether it's Adam or Gil, you know, or digital toy photography. They support each other, and that's what I like to see when people help each other spread the word, so we can really just break this past the toy community and bring this more like worldwide in a sense. Because I think there's a lot of potential in the toy community, and I don't know like if a lot of people are aware, but everyone in the world loves toys in some way. Whether it's mini brands, like mini brands, I love mini brands because my fiance, who thought she didn't like toys, loves mini brands, and her mom loves mini brands. And you know, we buy some, we open them, and it's a lot of fun. So in some way, you can relate to everybody just by toys, whether it's an action figure or not. And I've been going in the streets lately because I know you guys like action figures, so it's obvious you guys want an action figure of yourself. But when I go out in the streets and I talk to people, and you know, if you go up to somebody, for the most part, they're going to be defensive. But that's why I have these questions like, what's a hero to you, or what's your dream job? Because people are thrown off. They, you know, they're not so defensive because it's just an open thing. Like, it's not like what do you do for a living or whatever, you know. People hate that question. So every time I talk to somebody at the end, I always ask them like, by the way, would you like an action figure of yourself? And everybody says yes, because everybody at some point has played with a doll or an action figure. Everyone says yes, always.
Yeah, who wouldn't want one of themselves?
Exactly, yeah. So that's the whole idea of this program. It's basically a therapeutic thing where I can just really get to know you and just pull out your best traits, get all that information, and we at the Smash Lab team can make an action figure for you, right? That's a good one.
No, keep going. I'll explain my mini brand after.
Oh, okay. I mean, Tyler, do you have anything to say? I mean, Tyler's been there. We ask people, we talk to people, and people are really kind. And that's something that I want to show the world too, that, you know, outside right now, a lot of people, and me, myself too, I was the same way. And thanks to Tyler, like a lot of help from Tyler, he just let me be myself. You know, every time we're in here in the lab, if I do a weird dance or whatever, or, you know, singing something, he just lets me be myself, which is awesome because when I grew up, that's how I was. And little by little, I started losing focus on that because people were judging me little by little. And that's kind of when I want to show people that don't judge others and don't worry about people judging you, because when you judge somebody, you're basically just judging them off of your own fear or, you know, whatever it may be. Or if you see someone acting like extra happy or something, it's just because at some point someone made you feel stupid about how happy you got about something. So now you want to hurt somebody. And it's really that simple. And that's why, like with the program, it's these questions where you could really become anyone's friend with the right questions. Like if you say like, hey, who did you vote for? Right away, you might cause an enemy, you know? And that's not cool. So that's kind of what I'm trying to teach people. Basically, this whole program is to show people that, and what I've been doing on Instagram especially is that I had to conquer my own fears. Like I used to be scared of being on camera and being recorded because I was like, maybe what if I fail and I look stupid? And
I've been asking you to do this since Johnny was on. And you're like, right when it ended, you're like, why don't you invite me on? I'm like, go on right now. And ever since then until now, you're like, no, I don't want to.
And I back then, especially like even 3 weeks ago, I didn't want to do this. But now, especially with Tyler's help, like I'm just free. I'm myself. And I realize that when I go outside, people who know me, they think I'm acting different. But people that when I go outside and I'm like this myself, they're like, whoa, we need more people like you, because I'm just being myself. And it's not, if someone is looking at me and they're like, this guy's acting different, I don't blame you for thinking that, because we've never had the chance for me to really show you who I was. And for a long time, I didn't show anybody. I lost who I was. And it was because of Tyler a lot, because when I hang out with Tyler, I'm like, this guy is who I used to be, you know, like he's so pure hearted, he's so trustworthy, and I'm like, I could be like that again, you know, and it's just Tyler's a great friend. He's a very trustworthy guy, and I can never thank him enough. You know, we are Smash Lab Creations, and
Man, maybe he is your Barbara Gordon.
maybe he's my Wally West. And you know, I've been working on this idea since 2014, when I first made an action figure of myself, and I almost gave up on it. And then, you know, I said, like, I'm gonna chase a career because I want to do something that is stable, you know, because that's what everyone wants. That's why everyone goes to a stable job, because they don't want to fail. They don't want to fail their family, and you know. So I went and I did electrical. It was cool. It was a great job. I was in like a lot of celebrity houses. It was awesome. You know, I got to meet a lot of people. But at the end of the day, it's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
And it started turning me like a little bit bitter, because people at work were like judging me, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you, you know, how come you're not like all macho?" And you know, because all the electricians are all macho guys, and that's cool, you know. But it was never me.
Is that an electrician stereotype?
I like to. Well, I don't know, but it's not an electrician stereotype, but it's just people don't know how to let people be themselves. And that's why we get scared to be ourselves, because we're scared to be judged. We're too busy judging each other. And basically, why I created this program, like I said, I've been working on the idea since 2014, but I've really been working on this my whole life, because when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a great dad. And every time I got hurt, I would think, how could I change that? How could I have made that better so that I can teach somebody else not to get hurt like I just got hurt? That's the way I've always been. I just try to learn. I just try to learn from everything. So I take a lot of notes my whole life, because when I was young and I said one day I'm gonna have a son, I want to make sure that I can make it a safer world for him, and not only him, but the future generations, all your kids, everyone's kids, Diego's kids. And I think this idea can really do that, because this idea it's going to inspire. If it's a one-on-one, it's going to inspire you. And if I can do this, like my whole Instagram, where I started saying I'm becoming Mr. Everyman. Well, Mr. Everyman is, you know, my figure, the first product of the program, right?
Put it over to the toy cam so we can see that real nice. Real quick, Berserk69, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Oh my God, it's the triple threat Smirsh Lorbs. He is a prop lord, beautiful pop song singer, and a hero. I'm still waiting for him to tell me my power."
I totally can. If you want to enter the program, and when I put you through this experience, Kevin, like everyone else, you're more than welcome to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and answer the questions yourself. And you can come to me later and we can talk about it. I have no problem with that. I love talking to people. I love to get to know people.
Yeah, man.
With these questions, it really teaches me a lot about you. And just like I said, when I go to the streets and I talk to people and I ask them these questions, like they're honest questions and they're honest answers. So right there, we bond. Like they're just like, wow, I really needed this. And it's like, it makes me feel even better, because I'm like, I figured out that we're not as bad as we think. Like, I know you have a positive mind, Kevin, but there's a lot of people that think the world is really a really scary place, and it's really not. And I know, especially with COVID and everyone's wearing masks and we're all scared of each other, but what I've been doing and talking to these people, nobody acts afraid, nobody acts scared. Like Tyler's seen it. Everyone's like, wow, you know, you can see people's eyes light up.
Yep.
Because I'm sorry, go ahead.
Who, me? No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. And because the way I grew up is it's like a little kid, you know, all little kids, when they look at something, you know, they're like in love with it. And that's how I grew up for a long time, where even when I was like 20 something, like when I would talk to somebody, people would say like, oh, you have a twinkle in your eye. And it's because every time I try to talk to somebody, I try to find something to fall in love with them with, right? Because that's the easiest way you can connect with. Like, you could really fall in love with anybody if you just got to know them, because everyone has something in common in some way. Everyone wants to create, you know, everyone's creative. really everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to have fun. Every time I ask somebody, what's your dream job? It really breaks down to just, I want to have fun. I want to play, you know, that's it. Whether it's drawing or playing football or doing whatever or building a house, to them, that's their playing. And that's
Right.
what I want everyone to know. Like when I ask some people, what's your dream job? And they say, oh, I want to work at Disney. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, I don't know, because maybe one day I can make my own art. And I'm like, why don't you just make your own art? You know, like that's a lot easier to do. The thing is that we just got to get some eyes on you now. So I think with this program, if you guys really like this idea, which I know you are, but if you guys really like this idea, I just want you to share Kevin's video, super chat him, do whatever you got to do, because it's a great idea. We know you guys are going to love it. It's very therapeutic. It's a lot of fun. Everyone that's entered that has gone through the program with me is like, this is fun. Like, and when I tell them the whole plan, where this idea is going, everyone's like, can we start that right now? You know, and I'm like, I would love to. And more than anything, I would love to. But we just need the right person to see it. So that's why we're just going to unbox it, lay it all out right here. I'm not asking for money. We're not asking for money. What we're looking for is guidance and a partnership. I already have the idea. We already know what to do. We already have a great team. And like I said, I'm just the idea. I came up with the idea. This idea wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Tyler, straight up. Like you guys thank Tyler at the end of this, because I almost fucking gave up on this. And then because of Tyler, because he really believed in it. And also, if I could tell you guys how we met, because that's also part of this, but it's a package deal with it. You know, we met because Tyler hit me up for a Cosmo and I charged him really little, but we became friends. And then he had go ahead, you can say that part.
What?
You're the context.
You just abandoned the middle of your story and be like, go ahead.
Okay, it all circles around to it.
Yeah.
So, well, I had this. I actually spoke about this one on the Toy Migos when I was on there. But I had this contest with my creating a concept for figures, and I could just make up whatever I want, anything creative. And it was toy company Jazzwares was hosting this contest,
Right.
and I put up an idea for what was called the Unseen Heroes, which was a line of civilian figures, cops, nurses.
Okay.
Because that's what the toy community needs. And we've known that since we first started hanging out. I've always known that. When he came, I was like, perfect, you know, because that's
more relevant today than anything, right?
Yes. Hasbro, Mattel, you guys want to do that and have us be creative directors? That would be dope, because we know everyone whether, even if you don't collect figures, if you're, you know, if they make a mailman and you're a mailman and you walk into a store, you're going to want to buy that regardless if you collect figures or not, right? Everyone's going to be able to relate. And why don't we have old ladies and little kids and whatnot? If you take a picture of Spider-Man jumping out of a building, how do you not have a bunch of little kids watching, you know, like celebrating? Yeah. That's what we need, a real civilian line. So we're not saying like, hey guys, help us out. We'll manufacture. It's like, hey, we have the idea. We want to be creative directors. We have this bigger idea, but if someone wants to partner up with us and do that, beautiful. If you want to steal that idea, go ahead, but it's not going to be as successful as if we partnered up, because I've talked to a lot of people. Tyler's talked to people. We know how to run that. More than anything, we know how to run this whole thing. We've made a solid plan. It all makes sense. And when you hear it, you're going to be like, why have we not been doing that forever? Like, why, you know?
Yeah, I want to get to another one of those awesome ideas that you've already had. Real quick, Seth Horton, thank you for the super chat. There's no message or a sticker, but I imagine there should have been something there, but thank you very much. High School Creations, thank you also. He says he loves the idea, everything that you're saying. Chris,
wait, you haven't heard the big idea yet, but yes, thank you, High School Creations.
Which is one of them.
Yeah, that's just
Michael Wisman says, does DMC ever put time in the lab there? Excited to see more work from him. Always clean.
Once we get the bigger lab, for sure Diego's coming by. He's busy right now with his family, so he's in his own lab right now working on dioramas for us. Really quick, I just want to say thank you to Seth. I'm going to be on the Geek Out show tomorrow with Seth and Gil. Very nice guys, very trustworthy guys. I love them so much. They're super supportive. So thank you guys. I can't wait for tomorrow's episode. If you guys want to check that out when they put it up, please, I would love that.
Nice. Another thing that you've done, which I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I feel like it should have gotten more attention, which because I thought it was super cool. You did this, you made this, or maybe you feel like it did get enough attention.
Oh, that got enough attention. Yeah.
But for people here who, you know, if they haven't seen this, this is a custom Kid Cudi. Why don't you tell people, you know, the story of how this came about, how this was put together, where, and you know, where it ended up.
Yeah, a food project was something that I always wanted to just make a custom Kid Cudi action figure for myself. Like I said, I love heroes. And it's not just Cudi, it's all of you guys. Tyler, I want an action figure of Tyler. I want an action figure of Bill Maru. I want an action figure of Michael Wisman. Like, and I know you guys do too. I know Kevin, you would, right? You're drinking your coffee. Absolutely, because we're all fans of each other. We love each other. It's awesome. That's why I love this community. We are awesome. So with the Kid Cudi thing, Tyler was busy at the moment, so he couldn't sculpt the Kid Cudi head. So I had somebody else do it because I really wanted to do it. And it's just a personal project. And then when I posted this, people tagged Cudi because I asked them if they could tag Cudi. And he saw it and he shared it on his Instagram. And we got way more followers. People were happy. Cudi loved it. And not only that, it gave me an opportunity where I got to make Cudi figures for himself.
Right.
His girlfriend Rocky hit me up, and she's so nice. She was so kind. It was a really great experience for me. You know, she was like, "Can we get an action figure?" And I was like, "Yes, of course. I would love to make you guys an action figure." And I actually made them 5 action figures because I wanted like one like that, a passion painted Demon Slayer. I wanted like a satellite flight kind of style with the Coachella performance, the Mr. Rager, of course, and then I gave them 2 more Mr. Ragers, one for his daughter and one for Rocky, because I was so mind blown that they noticed me, and it really means a lot to me. And just to let everyone know, like, because everyone's like, "Yo, I hope they paid you good." And not only Kid Cudi, King Chip hit me up, which is one of Kid Cudi's like really like close homies. He contacted me. He wanted an action figure. Like, that just boosted my confidence, and I just knew, like, okay, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to make toys. Tyler sculpted the King Chip head, the chain, the bag. It's so good. Like, King Chip loves it. You know, he's just like, yo, that's amazing. You know, and it pumps us up.
I saw the sculpt of that chain. It looks fantastic.
You know, it's so good, you know. And if you've seen Tyler from 6 months ago, he's grown so much. Like, and it's just because we're straight up having fun and we believe in each other. And it's, you know, it's so much fun. And one day we're gonna have, you know, our own show where we invite you guys in the lab. I kind of been testing it out a little bit on like lives, but we want to let you guys in, you know, almost kind of like a Bill Maru type thing. But we want you guys to create and talk to you. I would love to talk to you guys one-on-one, and it doesn't matter who you are, anybody. I would love to just talk to you and get to know you. You don't have to be, you know, someone like a top ACBA guy, because I know that scares a lot of people off, especially when I say, like, when I meet someone that's into toy photography and I'm like, you should check out ACBA, and they're like, oh, I'm not that good. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, you're going to get good in there. Go jump in the group. It's a bunch of great guys. They give great advice. ACBA is awesome, you know? And I just want to say really quick, Boog, Kendall, that dude is super inspiring. He turned something that we all did, you know, that was small, and he branded it, and he created his own thing, and he put his rules on it to just really get everybody's skills up. You know, it's like, no excuses. There's no excuses. Whether people think it's like a tough place to be in or not, like, you're gonna get better in there, and you just got to take it. And, you know, maybe some guys say, you know, give advice the wrong way, but it's okay. You know, it's like I said, just forgive each other and learn. Just keep learning from everything that you do. ACBA is great. I hope that Boog wants to pair up with us after this, you know, because when I show you guys the idea, it's in my head, it's a great way to partner up with ACBA. It's a great way to partner up with you. We want to be able to shine light on everybody in the community, whether it's Toy Canics or Toy Migos or the Geek Out Show. Like, we want to share light on everyone because we want everyone to see how awesome the toy community really is. Like, we really are all just having fun. You know, and if I could say something, we come here to escape the bullshit world, And
Yep.
one thing that I personally did was I started bringing that bullshit world with me into the toy community, and I started being toxic, and I started pissing people off, and that's not good. You know, that's why am I bringing that bullshit if I'm trying to escape that bullshit now? The toy community is bullshit, you know. It's like that's why I want to just. I had the realization. I just want to do the opposite. I want to fix the damage I've done, and I hopefully can inspire others to fix any other damage. Bless you. And
Bless.
that's all we want. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're telling you guys the idea, because it's a lot of fun. This could be really big. This idea could possibly create full-time jobs, not only for the Smash Lab team, but for a lot of people. Like everyone that lives far, it's okay. This might create full-time jobs to where you could stay at home, work with your kids. That's fine. Kids are gonna want to be a part of this. A lot of people are gonna want to be a part of this because we have it in layers, basically, where I want to do this program actually is for young adults, mostly like 17, 18, 19, 20, going into adulthood that just need guidance, because this is something that would have really helped me when I was around that age, because I lost guidance. You know, everyone makes mistakes. We all do stupid shit. And I wanted to make sure my son never did that. I wanted to make sure my son had guidance. And if this works for my son and anybody that's worked, so I want to share it with the world. I want everybody to experience this and have guidance. So this is for young adults becoming adults. Another idea is a TV show, basically, or maybe a YouTube show, whatever it may be. We would love for it to like get big and, you know, have a real show where we, you know, basically I want you to think Mr. Rogers / like Willy Wonka, where we just have fun, but we educate you guys and we can tell you like cool things like Nightwing, like, hey kids, by the way, did you know why I like Nightwing? Because Nightwing is such a trustworthy guy. Everybody in the DC universe trusts Nightwing, especially Superman. Everyone thinks that Superman's the most trustworthy guy, but he's not. Nightwing is, because when Superman help, he goes to Nightwing, right? That's why the Injustice storyline, when Superman goes bad, they killed Nightwing, because if he stayed alive, he would have been able to convince him to go good, you know? And I want to teach kids about pay attention to the things you love, because that's going to teach you a lot about yourself. I don't just like Nightwing because, you know, he's a ladies' man or whatever. It's because his superpower is his trust. That's what I want to learn. Like, that's what I want to teach kids, that, like, your superpowers are normal things that people might have made you feel ashamed of, like just being kind or joyful or whatever it is. Like, you guys can really spread joy by just being yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like, you know, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on it and talk about stuff like this, like all the positive energy you're putting out there on all your socials, and like just being yourself. You know, it's a huge thing to just open up, and it's a huge block in this hobby. I think it can be a huge creative block as well. Real quick, Black Holes Comic, thank you for the super chat. He says, you guys are all heroes, hashtag TGOS. Thank you very much. Yeah, I talked to him on Instagram here and there too. But what I was saying about like mental blocks, one of the best examples is like, I remember Johnny had this one photo. I forget which toy it was, and it was just running through the streets like a sidewalk, and there were like actual shoes of, you know, people walking by in the background, and he was just like, I think he was just laid out and like stretched out in the middle of the street, and he was just like, I don't care. Just like, I don't care if anyone's judging me. Like, but then he got this incredible photo out of it. And I think that's just kind of the block where, like, you know, stop worrying about what other people think. Go out there, go bring a figure with you if you want to go out and take a picture out in the wild or out, you know, it doesn't, whatever context you want to do. And it's just like, it's just letting your creativity flow, and it's just putting a whole lot of new, like, I don't know, just doing something wholesome. You know, like
gotta just be yourself.
Exactly.
When I had a mental block, it was like, oh, I'm trying to do things that I think like that person might like, or, you know, this person, or by these rules. It's like, take what you love about things, learn from that, and be yourself. Because at the end of the day, the people are gonna love the shit that you put that's you.
Yeah, and then back to the thing making the figures. You know, all the rappers usually have like a custom jeweler that makes all their bling and stuff. You can be like the action figure guy or crew for for all the rappers. Like if anyone wants a chain done, back in the day, it was like Jacob the Jeweler. Now
Yeah.
it's if you want a figure of yourself, it's Smash Lab Creations.
Well,
Exactly.
we definitely are aiming for something like that, but we're only trying to do something like that so that it can help us fund this idea that we're going to tell you. We definitely want to partner up with more, celebrities or rich people, but we want that so that it can really help fund this.
Like a
By the way,
sponsorship.
yeah, like a sponsorship. And by the way, and like it's funny that you bring up the jewelry thing because like I actually messaged Ben Baller because Ben Baller did, Cuddy's chain. And I was like, hey, I don't want anything out of this. I know you guys are really close friends. I would love for you to just make Cuddy's chain for his figure because that's the only thing he's missing. That was the only thing that when we made it, I was like, it needs the chain, but we weren't doing that yet. But Tyler did King Chip's chain. It looks awesome. But yeah, we definitely
Crazy.
want to partner up with anybody that really believes we know what we want. We know how to do it. We have the drive, most importantly, and
We have
we're
the
ready.
technology.
What?
Hey, B Rivera, what's going on? Final Boss, Bat Force Grump, thank you for coming in and checking out some of the inspiring words from the Smash Labs team. And like you told me some of your ideas before, I was really into it. I was wanted to get behind it, and it's cool that you're on here. Finally agreeing to come talk to me, and show your face, but also giving people the details on this idea. It's fantastic. I want to get Tyler a little bit involved too. How is that Krig?
Dude, it looks good in person. Like it needs a good photographer to make it not look like it's super like bright, but it does need a wash. And I want to see if somebody else is gonna be the first one to do it because I don't know if I want to do it yet. But it needs a wash. That's my biggest complaint out of this thing. But it is dope. There's so much detail into it. A lot of parts were actually really new. And one thing I don't think everybody's mentioned, or maybe if I didn't notice, but the helmet in the back of his head, like right here, it's magnetic.
Oh, okay.
So it actually slips right on there pretty easily. So I didn't realize that was magnetic before this. And then he had come with these stickers I was gonna put like a 2 and 3 for a 23 to put on the cape. But I was thinking I don't really like the way it looks. I was gonna just do it off the Cricut. I've been messing with that recently. And making my own. But I think definitely this is a dope figure. I have to put the batteries in and get the light up feature on it, but I really dig this one, especially when the Cricut 13 comes out. That's gonna be a really good figure for sure. I would have wanted to add more to it, like not more to it, but like get more of them because it's basically an army builder. But damn, are they expensive?
Wow. Yeah, man. Was it worth it ordering whatever the price was from Hong Kong?
Yeah, I ended up in like $158 per one, and luckily our buddy Edgar hooked us up with. He was fast enough to get on there and pick up an extra one, and then Chris, the amazing guy he is the one that bought the Krig for me in the first place. So shout outs to them for even helping me out with this.
Tyler deserves it, dude. Like Tyler, he works so hard, and when people ask him for stuff, I feel bad. Like I'm like, let's just do it for free because I would rather just repay Tyler myself in some way, whether it's buying him that or whatever, giving him a figure I own or whatever. Because I just want him to feel like loved, like okay, that was. I want him to enjoy himself and be free, and I think that's helped us both. Like, just go.
Yeah, another reason you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys was because Tyler, Chris suggested Tyler's like, hey, maybe he'll take a crack at this idea that you have. And I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. These are the Monkey King heads that I've been wanting to get there based on the, my little logo over there. And I'm sure everyone knows, who the Monkey King is. But, you reached out to Tyler, you spoke to him, he was into it. And here are two that you've printed and also painted up for today, just to show what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've been saying it for a while. Tyler was working with me back and forth tirelessly, Tylerless. There's a joke on some, and you know, he was very open with taking my feedback, whatever. I was just like, oh, can you just move the fur a little bit closer into the cheekbone, and I moved this and that, and like he was super cool. I felt like kind of a dick.
No,
But,
yeah, man. So
he's like,
especially when
nah,
I'm-
man, you were.
I want you to have the figure that you want. I'm totally open because I do it to everybody. Is tell me what you're not liking because it would kind of suck to have that stuck with it forever. And now's the time to make your voice heard. So tell us, I was totally fine with you telling me exactly how you wanted it, and it coming out the way you prefer. Like
Yeah.
even the small details, that's totally easy. I could just move it up. It's not a big deal.
And like, look how it turned out. I think
Exactly.
there's a lot of positive reactions in the chat. You guys, let me know what you think. These are the ones that Chris has painted up real quick. Well, actually, I asked him if you could have some ready for today, and they look fantastic. He even did like a variant with the red around the eyes, and that got me thinking like, oh, what if I did a variant with like all red eyes, and it's just kind of like a kind of glowing. So I think these look fantastic, and thank you very much. They're just gonna be I'm just looking forward to making more of these and see if I can paint them myself. There's that upcoming was it Warriors of the Animal Kingdom? Animals of the Warrior Kingdom?
Yeah, something like that. Pretty sure.
One of those words alternated around, but they have some monkeys and chimps and apes in there, so I'm gonna get in on that Kickstarter and hopefully do a couple of kit bashes on here. I have some other ideas for these heads, so I'm very excited about all this. Thank you very much, guys, for this awesome work.
So much for working with us, man, because that's kind of one of our second ideas. So we have the unseen heroes, but this idea is like I said, our big idea, we're trying to make this toy thing a normal thing for a lot of people. But our second idea, which is kind of like what we worked with you on, is like we want to get with you guys, especially like right now, like the guys that when I came in the game were like my heroes, and like the Michael Wismans and the Panchizis and the Bill Maroos, and like I want to get with those kind of guys. For the second idea, and like you, and we want to really figure out a figure that represents you or your brand, and bring that into figure form in some way. Like Tyler will sculpt it. We give you guys the file, you guys sell it, and then we make an alternate head as a Smash Live exclusive that we'll give to you for free, because we just want to, it's just a collaboration. We're just trying to make, Smash Lab is a collaboration with many artists. So we want to bring out, we want everyone to have Michael Wisman, like Mr. Wise Mind figures. We want to turn you guys into superheroes, The Billy Maroo, the Toy Canic, he's already working on it, but we want everyone to be able to do that because a lot of people would have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. You guys did the mask for Bill Maroo?
Yeah, we did the mask.
Yeah.
Tyler's gonna.
Right.
I think you just altered it a little bit.
Yeah, I just kind of fixed it up a little bit, made it a little bit wider recently, but I don't think we have any of them here now. But that was a pretty fun and quick and easy one for just the mask. So I'm glad to help him.
And that's something really fun because now Bill Maroo can spread his brand out. Now he's got the Crew Marl like in figure form. Everyone's buying it. That's awesome. That's what we want to do for all of you guys. We want all of you guys to be represented. And when this pops off and is a normal thing, you guys are going to be like the Michael Jordans and the Shaqs and all that. Like we're trying to go big with this. And when I explain this to you, you guys are going to probably want to go big with this too.
I love that idea. I love that people just beyond toys, they're making more of this stuff into not a business, but something a little bit more substantial, I guess, or is like something that can instead of your everyday grind of a job, like something that's more interesting to them. And I've seen a lot more people do that. It's super cool, and that's the kind of conversation that I want to talk about on here, because everyone who collects toys, that's the base thing. We all collect toys, but like, how does it affect each of us in our different lives? Toy Migos did correct me, and a lot of people, they said Animal Warriors of the so close, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Gross Fidelity says, great stream tonight, and it's Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. They go live on Kickstarter March 5th. So yes, everyone, March 5th, get on that Kickstarter. I'm going to be on it for sure. It's 1/12 scale 6-inch figures. They look fantastic. Also want to remind everyone tomorrow, Plunderlings, they have new figures, the Fawns. And it's not like the Fawns like, hey, it's like FAWNS Fawns. They're going live tomorrow on their website and BBTS as well. So if you missed out on Plunderlings before, here's a chance to get some more. These are all companies that are like independents, not your big mainstream toy companies that I want to get more into and support. And there's a lot of people doing great stuff, you guys included, that I want to just not just say I want to get involved, but like put my money where my mouth is and really get behind it. And that's why I wanted to showcase the head sculpt. I'm so like enamored by it, like how well it is, that I want everyone to know it's such a great job. And hopefully some people have seen it and they're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go message Uncanny Sculpts and I want him to do this, I want him to do that. I hope more of that happens to you guys, for you guys. And I just want to be able to spread the word wherever I can.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
You've been super cool with us, dude, and we love it. Thank you.
But yes, a butter variant. There seems to be some sort of interest in a butter variant of the Monkey King.
I need the evil clone butter variant.
Yeah.
They tried to clone him out of butter. It's like a Bizarro, but he's all melty and talks backwards. Any projects coming up, Kev, for the future? Man, I have a lot of ideas. They just never form fully in my brain, nor do I have the time. But like Chris has crap ton of ideas. He's articulated everything well. He's got a pen in his hand.
I can tell you exactly why you're not piecing it together. It's because of the stress of the world. Whether it's your rent or whether it's someone you work with that sucks, or just people, the COVID. It's just stress that all of you guys have great ideas. The only reason I was able to really unleash this one was because Tyler believed in me, and I was like, okay, this is solid. I talked to my family. I said, look, I just need 6 months to prove that people really like this idea. I need a small loan, and let me show you what I'm made of. I promise you, I'll break out of my shell. I'll put myself out there, and I'll let everybody, because I really want this. And more than anything is I figured out exactly how to do it. I know the plan, and every person I've talked to has said, no one has ever said like, okay, that might not work though. Like it's a good thing. Like everybody needs to enter this. It's a very therapeutic thing, and it's fun. You get an action figure of yourself. So
Absolutely.
I think I should probably start my interview now, because we only have like an hour or so left, right? And it's probably going to take
how long is it going to take?
It usually takes like an hour.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for that. Real quick, Monkey King head needs a silly playfulness expression head sculpt. And yeah, that's definitely on my roadmap. If I can get a few of these printed, you guys are interested in them, buy some. I'll use that money and put it towards commissioning another sculpt from Tyler. And it's just going to keep cycling it back until we all get like a whole bunch of stuff that that I want. And if you guys like it, you guys can get that too.
Yeah, I mean, when we want to, be building a universe of our figures, like I got my own little guys over here, but then with your monkeying,
we want to build a universe, like our own toy community universe. You guys love DC, you guys love Marvel, all that, but the toy community itself just needs our own universe. That would be
you have your own characters there, right?
Yeah.
So show some real quick, and then I'll do this quiz survey from Chris.
So we got these three over here going on. I just started doing these kit bashes for Mezco figures to work with Mezco.
Just shove that Craig out of the way, and we don't care about him.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
The time in the spotlight is over.
Let's move this guy over here. The Inferno one, I sculpted that dragon head for it, and then dremelled holes out for the smoke from the pistols, smoke pistols for Marvel Legends. That worked so cool. And then also shout out to Dario for the little flame effect for my sword. And then you got the Exterminator here. I did a little cricket logo on him, which if you can take the mask off, these those Crimson Cranium heads.
Are you planning
And
on selling these later?
not this. If somebody wants one, I can help them out with how to piece it together. But this is all Mexico stuff. As far as Inferno head sculpts, I will have some on sale when I go to the street meets, the Ageless Geek street meets on the 28th.
Cool.
Over in Lomita. So if you guys are around the area for SoCal ACBA people, come over and you guys can pick up a unpainted head sculpt from there. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just got these guys to flesh out our own little stories, give us our own things, and then with like your Monkey King head sculpts with Mr. Everyman over here. I'm working on my Uncanny Assassin character as well. Just those things.
Awesome.
We want to build this universe of heroes. So this is where it starts.
Yeah.
Once I nail
like-
down who the Butter Baron is, I'm gonna have to contact you as well.
Exactly. We'll figure that out with the character design.
Need an
but-
origin story.
But we also need a figure of just you, not your logo. Like straight up just you. I need to after
Your hero.
this. Yeah, that's the point of this whole thing.
Scan
is
my
like
face. Scan my face.
that's the point of this whole thing is like when I keep asking people what is a hero is because I want people to realize that like my whole life I loved heroes. My whole life I've just been I might not read every comic book, I might not remember every storyline, but I like characters. I like what makes somebody that person. So that's why my whole life I've been working on this thing because when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a toy maker. I wanted to be a singer and an actor, but more than anything, I wanted to be the world's greatest dad. And that's why I'm doing this because even if that means I have to be everyone's dad and I have to be Papa Smash, then so be it. But this program is the way that I used to talk to myself growing up until I, lost track. And this program is the way that I talk to my son. I see him light up, For the little kids, I get into character and make it fun. I make it very Willy Wonka and whatever. But for, young adults, I just talk normal and it's fine. Where it's calm, it's a therapeutic thing. Even for adults, like it works even for us. Like I've done it for Tyler, I've done it for my cousin. I've done, and everyone's like, this was good. So I would like to start, please.
All right, let's show everyone the program.
Number one. Okay, first of all, I want to say this. Everyone, if you have a piece of paper and want to do this too, go ahead, write down your answers. But when I'm asking you these questions, I want you to be Kevin at 17, all right? Not this Kevin that might think like the world is not cool or whatever. Just young Kevin.
Kevin at 17 was a long time ago. I don't know if I can remember. I'll do my best though.
Kevin at 10, just young Kevin before the world hurt you.
That is even further back.
Young Kevin before the world hurt you. That's all I want.
Kevin at 10 had a shitload of toys. That's where all this started.
And you still do. So number one, Kevin, what's a hero to you?
10-year-old Kevin?
You now, it doesn't matter. Bless you.
What's a hero to me? Hero to me now. Someone who like endures through all the hardships and the curveballs that life throws at them, and they get back up and they keep pushing and fighting every day.
Okay, very great. Anything else?
If they have a cape, then that I might classify that too.
Okay, well, so you endure through the hardship and you keep pushing. Like that's you, right? Is it not you?
I know that's. I tell my fiance, she does so much every day, with the kids and like through like 2 crazy childbirths. I tell her every day, like she's my superhero.
Yeah.
I'm not talking. When you ask me what is a hero to me, and I describe that, I'm not describing myself. I'm not the one who's getting up and fighting through this. I'm talking about her.
But at the end of the day, you're that too. And the thing is, like, when I go in the streets and I ask these people, and they're like, "Oh, why are you dressed like that?" And I'm like, "Because I'm a hero." And they're like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Let me ask you, what's a hero to you?" And then they're always giving whatever. It's always a different answer, but it's always them. And every time I say like, "That's you, right?" Like, and then usually they describe exactly what just happened, whether it was like the guy that jumped on register or the lady stocking a shelf. And they're like, it's someone that comes when the people needs them or somebody that brings joy. And it's like, well, you came and jumped online. You came and spread joy by stocking shelves. Like, it's always them. They always describe themselves. And then I just hand that back to them. And they're like, wow, I really needed this. Like, no, I was depressed. I had a shit day. No one's ever talked to me like this because people don't ask people just honest questions like, what is you? And no one reminds people like how special they are. When a lot of times when people talk to each other, they're trying to convince you like, yo, accept me, I'm cool, you know. And that's how you
Right.
just like losing focus of who you are and whatever it may be. Like everyone, like if you can like we the guy we have a guy that's gonna make an acrylic sign, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and he's probably like a Trump supporter or something like that, and he has his guns. He's like, I love to play guns, you know. It's like, what's your dream job? He's like, well, I just want to shoot my guns and show my family how to shoot guns. He just wants to play, regardless of what it is. He just wants to play and have fun with his family. He
Right.
probably does not want to hurt anybody, but if he feels attacked, for sure he's going to. And that's the thing with everybody is like, it's just that they feel they need to impress people. So people start acting like somebody else. So number 2, Kevin.
All right, real quick before number 2, I got the foil version of the Raphael. I had
Oh,
two of the
shit.
regular one, but this is the foil one. You see the card? It's all glittery.
Ooh.
Damn.
Sweet. You know, you didn't open anything. You got a bunch of these too. You owe me some unboxings later. Okay, we're gonna blow through this quiz.
I opened my mini brands. So number 2, who is a hero to you? Whether it be a comic book character, an actor, or your family member, who?
I just told you. My partner, my fiance,
Yeah, fiance. Perfect.
my wife. She's
All right.
nice.
Number 3. Number 3. Are you happy in the world that you live in? And if not, what would you change?
Am I happy in the world that I live in?
I'm not saying your close life, home life. I'm saying the outside world. What would you change about the outside world?
That's deep, man. I've been at home for almost a year. I like the outside world seems irrelevant. Everything's like shop at home. I go out for like essentials. I don't.
Even before before COVID, because it's even worse now. But before COVID, what would you change?
Before COVID, what I would change was how everyone had to work and grind. You know, the whole system of putting in 8 hours, 9 hours a day to go to work. The reason behind that was when I had my first kid, I'd be gone like all day, see her for like 10 minutes in the morning, go to work, come home, see her for like an hour, and then she has to go to bed. And I'm sure like a lot of people have that too. You can't. You got to go to work and all that time. So it seemed like my daughter grew up so fast.
Yeah.
But my son, who is 2.5 now, you know, we've been home with him every day for the last year. And I don't want it to sound insensitive because obviously there's a lot of bad stuff happening with the pandemic and whatnot. But the silver lining for me was I get to see him every day. And, you know, he doesn't grow up as fast. And, you know, that's been a blessing just for me. So that's what I would say, the work system.
COVID definitely hurt a lot of people. It definitely caused a lot of pain. But for me too, it was really a blessing because I got to be with my son. He was just born. My son was born the day Kobe passed away. And everybody was sad. But for me, it was the happiest day ever, you know?
Yeah.
Kobe
Were
passed
you
away.
a Kobe fan?
Everybody was sad, you know? And I was like, oh man, like it hurt. It hurt to see the world so sad, like seriously. And then like 2-3 weeks later, COVID, boom, hit. And but you know, I was gonna go back to work, and then COVID happened, so went back, and then I just like went back to work one day, and I was like, I can't fucking do this. Like I have to do what I'm supposed to do. I have to do this, you know. And I went. They wanted me to sign some bullshit paperwork, and I told them I'm not gonna sign that until you guys start like causing proper, you know, because they weren't doing, you know, the proper procedures to go about stuff. They didn't have masks for us, gloves, nothing. So I was like,
Oh, damn.
you guys figure that out, and I'll come back. They never figured it out, and they let me go. Okay, it gave me more time to do this, you know.
That's
Unfortunately, though, you know, I was doing this, and this is just something personal, but because I wasn't doing what I wanted, I started losing focus with myself, and I started. I wasn't the man that I promised, you know, my fiance I was supposed to be, you know. I started not appreciating her. I forgot to show her how beautiful she really is. And we split up, and she moved to her mom's house.
Sorry,
And
man.
no. That it was, like I said, it was a blessing because we stopped arguing. We're so happy right now. Like we're very good at co-parenting. My son, he's happy. She gets to stay with. She's very good with kids. She went to school for that. She does child development. And my son's so smart. She gets to play with him every day. And I got to focus on this right now. And then hopefully things will work out. And that I have full faith that everything will work out. Everything happens for a reason in life. You just have to learn and make things better.
Cool, man. I love that positive outlook.
Number 4, how do you see yourself as an adult?
How do I see myself as an adult? Well, there's many facets to that. I think as a parent, I'm doing okay. I'm not bragging or anything, but kids and family are fed, clothed, in school. I like to try to instill as many of like good values in them as I can.
Yes.
As an adult, not as a parent, but as an adult, I'm probably failing pretty badly. Like I eat a lot of junk food. It's a lot of times it's like the kids are gonna eat a healthy dinner. I turn around and I'll eat some crap and I'll be like, yeah, it's okay because I'm an adult now. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, I think. How what was the question? How am I doing?
No, like how do you see yourself as an adult? So what about like do you want to be toned like Bruce Lee? Do you want to like your hair long, short, beard? What do you want to see?
My hair is exactly how I want it to be.
Right now, perfect.
Right now, yes. Tone like Bruce Lee would be like, it's not impossible, but it's improbable because that dude had like -% body fat, which was crazy. And
You can get to this program.
it's that kind of program. You're selling me a gym membership.
This is a program for you to just fall in love with yourself and be inspired and be like, damn, I can work out. People don't work out because they're uninspired and they're tired of life.
I want to work out. I miss basketball. Basketball I used to play once a week, and it's not that much. I used to play like 4 times a week, but then I started getting older and my knees couldn't hold up. But that was my cardio. I hate doing cardio at the gym. And I can't even go. I used to have a gym in the office, but since I haven't gone to the office, the workout has been terrible. And no cardio has been terrible. So I've been trying to improve my physical health better at home over the last few weeks.
And also with the show that we want to do, we want to do like basically at some point we want to have a bigger location lab, live streaming, so you guys can see us make this idea that I'm about to tell you, and you can be there with us, in on it, watching us, and we could do broadcasts and be like, just walk around and just come and say like, hey kids, don't forget, hey team, come, let's exercise, let's do some jumping jacks. This is part of the show. You're in the lab with us making these things. We are happy showing you guys like what a great teamwork is, how teams should really work, how you guys should appreciate each and everybody, like really just love each other and have fun with each other, because everyone wants to just play. And what we do right now, we play, it gives us better ideas. The next day we're like, damn, we could do this now. And it's just fun and it's a relaxer. And we could.
Do you have like a mascot in mind for this show? Maybe like a Muppet or a puppet of some sort?
It's going to be Mr. Everyman and Tyler's figure. We
nice.
are the duo. Tyler is the cool, calm, and collected one, and I'm like the wild one, Number 5. What would your costume look like if you were a superhero? It can be crazy. You can have armor. It can be normal looking, tactical vest like me. What would you like to see?
Can we circle back to that one? I never thought of making a costume for myself.
Do it right now.
Do we have to do it in order?
Yes, right now. I got to pull it out of me right now.
I think some sort of like a ninja style
Okay.
outfit, very stealthy.
Okay.
And
A lot of people like that we put in the program, they want to just literally it could be something you could buy tomorrow and just walk around the street like that. Like it's not some crazy thing. It's like
so
me,
like
I just
pajamas.
in a trench coat, you know. Tyler wants to wear pajama pants, you know. Like it's just things you just have to be confident in yourself and walk in the streets. I've gone outside with my trench coat and my vest, and people look at me and I'm just having fun, and then I talk to them and they're like, "Wow, you're cool," and I'm like, "You're cool," because we had a cool conversation, you know. So
That's awesome, man.
just stealthy. Number 6. What's your dream job? And I want you to think more dream than job. But what's your dream job? It could be what you're doing right now, you know? It doesn't have to be something crazy like work for Disney. It could literally be what you're doing right now. If this is what you want as your dream job, that's fine.
If I could do this, as a job, and you know, if either money was taken care of and
Yes.
bills, or there were no bills, and you know, we lived in some crazy society where you don't have to work and you could just live off the land, and I could just do this. This is definitely would be a great job, a much more enjoyable than my day job.
This idea can make that happen. I'm telling you, at the end of this, your dream job is super possible. If ours pops off, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring light
Right.
to you. Boom. I hope this video goes viral so that you can get like 1 million views and you can really start making this your dream job. And all you need is eyes. That's the only problem. You have the talent. You have the idea. You just need eyes on you. And that's what we're trying to do, especially for everybody in the toy community. Like, if this pops off, we want to, whether it be like our own TV show, and we can be like, hey, boys and girls, we're super busy right now. We want you to go check out the Toy Migos right now. Let us know what you think after, you know, come back to the lab.
Yeah.
Don't forget us, heroes. We'll be back. You know, something like that. It would be really cool. Guys, go check out the ACBA podcast. Check out Billy Mahoney with the Toy Canics. Like something very fun for the kids. Like
Imagine
kids
like a whole network
yes,
where it was just like this at like it was Saturday morning cartoons or something, and up next on, you know, whatever the toy equivalent of Nickelodeon would be like all of this amazing stuff that everyone's putting out there right now, but just like all toys. That would be cool.
It's possible, but what we want to do is help the community. Like if someone pops off, they're, you know, I'm not saying, but maybe they just might help themselves, but it's not going to get very far. If ours pops off, we know exactly. Since I've gone in the community, I know every one of you. I've gotten to know a lot of you. I have got to know a lot of you, and I know what you're really capable of, because that's the way I've always looked at all of you. I'm like, wow, like Fabio, I'm like, what if he's a fucking actor, you know, like all he needs is more eyes on him, you know, that's it. And if this was Mr. Rogers, Willy Wonka, we could really point directions in you guys. Like it could be a network. You guys all have different shows on YouTube, and some of them run across each other. And, you know, I can't watch Pancheezy and Toy Migos Mini at the same time. Like, fuck, you know, but if we really organize this and we were like the creative directors of it, it could really happen. We just need the right person to see it, or people, or a group of people, whether it be my hero, Keanu Reeves, you know, everybody loves Keanu, right? Because he's just being himself. When he comes on stage and people say, you're breathtaking, he knows the only reason he's breathtaking because you guys allowed him to be breathtaking. So he's right away like, you're breathtaking, you're all breathtaking. And it's so easy because he's just himself. That's why people love him. That's why Keanu, everything he's been through, he's still choosing to be the light that we all love. He was everybody's crush last year, you know?
Least like, scandalous.
So that's all we're looking for, is someone to just, for this, you guys share it. We need that right person to see it. And we are ready. We have the team. We have the dream. We have the location. I want the building, the old Toys R Us building that's 2 blocks away. We want that shit. Like,
we have the technology.
We have the technology. We have, yeah, exactly. We want the sponsorship so that we can say, like, this is how much money we need right now. Just like I asked my family, this is how much money I need right now. I have the plan, and they were like, okay, here, boom, and I took off. Like, I didn't think about it. I took off faster than anybody was like. Everyone's like, yo, he's going too fast. Like, no, it's that I got somebody to believe in me. I have the money, and why am I going to take my time? It's not necessary. So, number 7. So, like I said, if we shine light on the West, If we shine
What?
light on you and we say like you open up your Patreon or whatever it is, and we can just or go or your super chats, whatever. Boom, just that's it. Bring eyes on you guys, all of you, ACBA, Fabio, Toy Migos, the Geek Out Show. We could bring eyes to you guys. We just need a leader. The toy community right now, some people they argue with people. They think a certain way about this group, and they think, and that's at the end of the day, we just got to get rid of that toxic shit, and we can really work together. I see how well you guys are. You guys are all the same person. You're all heroes. You're all, but when you don't act like it, it's just because you're hurt. That's it. And I totally understand that. I get it. But this has a lot of legs. Okay, number 7. What would you say is your superpower? And I want you to think, like not like you can fly, you can do any of that. Like whether it's your kindness or your ability to perform on right here. What would you say is something you're really good at?
What I'm good at. Does it have to be a skill? I try to man, I don't like talking about myself in like a positive. It just doesn't feel right. I try to be really patient with people. I feel like a lot of people they don't really listen to other people. That's how a lot of arguments and shit start, especially people online. So I try to be more patient with people. I try to just ignore some bullshit people because like you don't know what kind of stuff they're going through in their lives. So you know what? I just try not to engage with that kind of stuff. And patience is a huge thing, I think, especially being a parent.
Yeah.
And then you have to think about I don't know, when a kid does something wrong, instead of just being like reactive and just getting pissed off, it's like take the time, break it down, like think about what's the cause of this. And the craziest part for me is trying to find out which part of this don't you have the knowledge for, that when I'm talking to a kid, because this is something that I understand, right? We've all lived with however society works, how understanding how things work. So your initial reaction is always like, how could you not know this, right? But then I gotta take the time, take the patience to be like, okay, there's some sort of gap here between what I know and what you know and your actions. What do I got to do to teach you to make up for that gap? And that's what I don't know. I try to work hard for that. That's the only thing that I think I do that is a power.
You also have the power of joy, right? You can have a show like this and just really let someone be themselves and open up a toy and bring joy. That's a good power too.
See, I didn't answer that because until recently, when people are telling me like, "Hey, man, this is great. Like, I really enjoy this." People are telling me like, "Oh, you're really good at this. You're really natural speaking to people, talking on camera." And I never thought of it as a skill, or that that I never walked around saying, "Hey, I do this really well. I should do this." It was just like I just enjoy talking to people that I'm comfortable talking with. Is that real?
I remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, Boog was like, "Hey, I have this. Anybody in Canada want to do this?" And you jumped on it, right? And you went and did it. And was that your first time being like doing a live show or like not live, but recording or stuff like that?
Boog posted in a group.
Yeah.
And he said, anyone in Canada want to do a thing with Hasbro? And I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And this was before obviously way before this unboxing stuff. I think I might have had some reviews on YouTube, but I'd never really interviewed anyone or been on camera. And I think you can kind of see like the nerves and my awkwardness interviewing Ryan and Dwight from the Marvel Legends team. That was 2019.
Okay. And you've grown like so much since then, dude. And when you had that opportunity, you did it. And that's why you're here now. If you never took that, you probably wouldn't be doing this show. Right?
Yeah, that could be true. I don't think there was any direct yeah, you know what? Maybe, because then it's just like, you know what? I can do this. I can, I have that ability to talk to people. And I think now that I know that, I'm looking to more opportunities to expand what I can do here, not just unboxing toys every week and talking to someone. Like last week, I did a new segment with my friend Troy when the Marvel Legends stuff came out. We're just like, oh, we'll just do a live recap of everything that came out and just talk about that. So just trying to put more stuff out there, branch out into different things.
That's good, man. Please keep it up. Number 8. What would you say are your fears or weaknesses?
Fears or weaknesses? My gosh, this is worse than a job interview.
But the payout's better, I bet. I promise.
Fears. Paper cuts on my eyeball. That's one of my greatest fears. Like,
Wow.
Anything that dude, if that was a superhero, if I was a superhero, that would be my kryptonite. Just like you would just have to wave some stuff near my eyes. I'd be like, no, go away. That's one of my greatest fears.
So for your costume, I'm gonna put like goggles or something.
Yeah. For my stealth costume, definitely adamantium frame goggles with some sort of, I don't know, what's the hardest clear protective gear. Super PPE.
So number 9. What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite what?
Cereal.
Oh, you asked me this before on the stream, on one of your live streams.
Okay,
I'm
what is it?
not a big cereal guy. It's shredded mini wheats
Okay.
with the frosting sugar on top.
What about when you were a little kid?
When I was a little kid? Oh
Yeah.
man, whatever. Here's the thing though. When I was a little kid, cereal's not a big thing in Hong Kong. So when I moved here, my parents didn't really buy cereal.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I'm not big into cereal, because I didn't really have that much of it growing up.
All right. That explains your shredded mini wheats. Number 10.
That explains it, weirdo.
So number 10. This is the last question. Would you like an action
That's a
figure?
much less than an hour. Would I like an action figure of myself? Absolutely, I would. I've already done a few kit bashes to try and make one, and I basically just picked any kind of Asian character with similar hair and kit bashed it onto a body.
So now this thing is supposed to be a one-on-one thing. It's not going to have the same effect because you have all these people in the comments, you have everyone watching, you have Tyler here. This is supposed to be a one-on-one experience for these kids. Like, just let them say what they want to say, no judgment, nothing. Now what we do is, like, we're going to take this information, all of it, we're going to sit our team, come up with the costume, everything, your backstory, all of that. We're going to make your figure, like my figure right here. We're going to make a package like this. And first of all, we want to say, Hasbro, this is a really nice package. Like, we were really inspired by this. Angel, our packaging guy, was the one that was like, what about this? So we want to get your figure, make your character, give you a package like this with a comic book art right here. You open it just like this. It's going to be your figure, your
I
accessories.
do like that packaging.
It's awesome. On the back, it'll be some toy photography of your character, your bio, everything. And not only that, we would like to partner up in some way with ACBA where we can make a comic book out of your character, an origin story of your character told through toy photography, ACBA style. Give you the figure, the package, everything, the comic book. Also have a digital comic book on our YouTube channel so that we could premiere these for the world day by day. Like, look at this new hero world. Look at Kevin's acting. He's a superhero, premiere, make the kids feel special. Let them know that one day, just like everyone came together for this idea to make it happen, one day, kid, you're going to have an idea that's going to help the world. And we can get together again, just like we did for this idea, and we'll help you with that, because all we need is to work together and slow everything down just to help each other one by one, right? That's what I'm saying. We're not asking for money. We just want a sponsorship. We want someone to, hey, we have the idea, we have the plan. And not only that, as a Smash Lab Creations team, we want to make 3 copies of your figure. 1 for you, 1 for the Smash Lab team, and 1 for the world. And in 5 years, if this keeps going, we want to open up a museum or gallery show with your world's collection for you, so you can see what you all did together. that we did this together, not just the toy community, the world, because everyone in the world wants an action figure of themselves. And they want to help each other, and they want to be happy. And this could really do that.
I dig it, man. You know, when I had Paul on from Kim's Convenience and Star Wars, I said to him, he's like us because we're all collectors, but he made it through. He's on the TV. I'm like 70 years old. He's on the TV, and so like we see ourselves as a collector, and then we see another collector, and then like it's like, wow, you know, he made it onto a Star Wars. I want to be like that. So when you tell me about this, if one kid sees, you know, like another one, like, oh man, they made him into an action figure, and they put all this backstory and all this stuff behind it, you know, that's another thing that could happen to me.
Yes,
I could get that done. And then you just keep seeing that. I think it could. When you told me the idea, I thought it was awesome. Like when you told me it was only like a fraction of all this stuff, but even from that, I thought it was great. But then now that you've given me more, I've gone through the program, and you've given more details. I think it could definitely catch on with.
What we wanted was for this to be like a non-profit organization. That's what we really want, for somebody to partner up with us and help us run it as a non-profit organization where people can just give these figures, because we don't want to charge kids. Bless you. We don't want to charge any kids for these figures. This is a gift. Every figure is a gift from the world. Everyone that helped put it together. We don't need to control the money. Nothing. We just want to do the work. That's all.
That's awesome. I think that was might have been unclear earlier because there were some people in the comments kind of not uncertain about that, but that's cool. Nonprofit, you want to do it like for the kids. You're not doing it to say give me your lunch money.
I mean, as long as we can live comfortable lives, we're not trying to be living in mansions or anything. We want to just live comfortably, close to work. That's it. Have fun, enjoy, bring joy to the kids. If this popped off like next week, my son is a year old. By the time he's 5, this is all going to be normal. And to be able to see on TV a hero that is called Everyman, who represents Everyman because he sees the best out of all of you. And imagine this guy is on TV and he's telling the kids, like, brush your teeth, heroes, be good to your parents, you're doing great. Calling kids heroes every day is going to really inspire them and really boost their confidence and let everyone know that we really do live in a good world. Everyone just lost inspiration. That's it. When I go talk to random people in the street and I ask them questions, everyone is a good person. Everyone. But if I start asking questions like, who'd you vote for? We're going to start arguing, right? Like I said. So everybody that I've talked to is a really, really good person. You just have to really get to know them. And the people that continue to judge, it's just because they're insecure about themselves. That's it. But if you can talk to somebody without them making feel insecure, you can get a lot out of that person. That's what this whole program is, to just this inspire this. And now, not only that, what we would like to do, like we don't know how to do apps, but this program, nonprofit, we want the people that helped us organize it, who raised money, to you guys pick the kids, because at every point, one of us has known somebody that we know that kid has a lot of potential, but he's going unnoticed, or his life at home sucks or something. He just needs that extra help. And if they were to get in this program and have that confidence boost and say, hey, the world has your back. We love you. We love all of you. That's how life should really be. And if if you're living in this life where everything sucks and you're okay with it, that's fine. But this idea could really just change and inspire a lot of people and say, this is what we've been looking for, hope and inspiration. That's what people really need. And more than anything else, it's like, yes, they need a hero. We need a worldwide hero, yes. But not only that, we want to help everyone realize that hero they were looking for was always them. Because just like me, when I was lost and I kept wanting people to save me, at the end of the day, I had to save myself, just like Tyler does, just like everybody does. We can inspire each other, but you have to do it for yourself. And if you have that confidence and drive, you'll do it. You will do it.
I have a question for you, a little bit more on the business side. Have you ever considered like a Kickstarter or some sort of GoFundMe where you've got all of these business?
We considered a GoFundMe, but we don't want people to think that we're gonna have control of the money and we're gonna do something stupid with that. We don't need control of the money. We just, if someone wants to partner up with it, whether it be like Mark Cuban and he wants to partner up and control the money, cool. We have the plan. We could tell him we need money for this, we need money for that. You control the money. That's it. It's not. We don't want any of the money.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think I definitely do think like after the questions, and then it's just all of the questions are different paths leading to this one point at the end, which is customizing, creating this character for these people. I think it's a very noble idea. It's a very selfless idea that you're looking out for some of these kids. And there's a lot of I guess when you're in that age, you don't want to collect. I personally, and I've heard from a lot of people, it's just like at that time you're like, oh, it's not cool. It's not cool to be with doing action figures and stuff like that. So whenever I see some new collectors in local groups and they're younger, I'm always trying to I guess support them, but also just be like, just stick with it. If you're having fun with it, do it, and just keep collecting and doing all this stuff that if that's what you're into right now, you should absolutely keep doing it.
For sure. And a lot of people really want action figures like way more than we think. Everybody, like I said, everybody wants
Yeah. Because
if we could represent real life heroes, like the unseen heroes, like that toy line, we could do that. That would bring a lot of joy to people.
Isn't there a similar line already?
I don't know. Is there? If we could do this for kids one by one, it's not just like, hey, here's a Spider-Man that you bought at that. It's like here you go, personal experience. This boosts a lot of confidence in people. This every day when I look at it, I want to be better. I want to be stronger. I want to be this. I want to be Papa Smash, right? I want to help people, guide people, and say like, you're lost. Let's see. Let's figure it out. Let's take this right here, figure it out. I want to do that. If people,
absolutely,
think it's a good idea, cool. Let's do this, but it could really pop off.
I think Adam Van Wickler would definitely want a figure of himself, and then he would truly be playing with myself. Yeah. Somebody like, Has anyone approached, like, more people approaching you, like Tyler, for instance, saying I'd like to do a custom head sculpt of myself?
Yeah, I've had like a couple people I've already mentioned stuff like that, but honestly, I haven't got anybody that asking more about themselves. I've got people asking to get this version of Batman made or this anime character made. Honestly, I would love to be able to make more personal sculpts. It's just it means more to them, and it's when they like working with you and bouncing between seeing your vision become to life and not just some random Joe Blow's already idea come to life. You just seem more happy, and for me working on that, I felt much better working on it. It made me the drive was there to push me to show you the best options, best product you can get. And I would love to get more of that. At the moment, I have not, but we'll see what happens in the future. So
hopefully, this kind of builds on that. If there's more attention and this comes to fruition, you'll be working on more sculpts for a lot more people.
Yep, that's the end game.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's just Mark Cuban. You want Mark Cuban to manage the money.
Don't care. I mean, we'll talk. I can see who people really are. So if I feel, he's cool. I'm not going to just sell out instantly. We know how to talk to people. We know how to pull out who they really are. We can form really good bond with people if we're given the chance. A lot of people out there haven't given us a chance. They don't talk to us, like they don't know that we've been working on this. They don't know that. But we're cool fucking guys, and you guys are too. We'd love to get to know you all, but we have to have that moment.
Obviously, an undertaking like this, it's not just you two guys. You're gonna have you're gonna need a lot of different people doing different things, and you do have a lot of members under under Smash Labs who aren't here today. Who else is in the group right now in the organization?
Us two, Diego the DMC, Angel, who's a mentor of mine who does packaging, my homie Alex, who's a concept artist, my cousin Ray, who's a concept artist, Edgar,
Wow.
one of our friends, Edgar, who he's a sculptor as well. That for year one, we would like to have 20 kids enter the program just to show everyone how well it works. For year two, what we would like to do is now provide jobs for the toy community, because it's going to get a lot of attention. A lot of kids are going to want to be part of it, and now we can come up with the characters and help people in the community. Like, hey, do you want to sculpt this, or do you want to paint this? Anything, it doesn't matter. Hey, Michael Wisman, would you like to take these pictures? You know, this origin story, we already created the storyboard. Here's the dioramas. Here's the figure. Just have fun. That's all we want. This could really do that. People want this, but it just, no one has eyes on it.
I think it's a fantastic idea, and it seems like you have a lot of the different branches, you know, that you need to get started. Like you said, your concept designers and diorama makers. Tyler, master sculptor over here. You know, all the different aspects to pull it together.
Like I said, if someone came up to us tomorrow and said, all right, show us what you got. We already have the team. We already know the building. We would fly. We have the potential. You guys have the potential. We can all be doing this together.
I really do think this is a great idea. Even from when you first told me, and now that you've built on it even more, definitely interested in helping promote this and get the word out. So hopefully everyone in here is inspired a little bit. There are definitely people here interested in head sculpts. And let's see. I know Adam wanted to see the Monkey King head, so I threw it back up here. This is pre-painted by Chris. There's a red eyes version around here, around like the. I guess we're normally, if you're a parent, those would normally be black due to a lack of sleep. But yeah, I fantastic work. If you guys are interested in getting anything done, Smash Labs, I have Instagram in the description. Uncanny Sculpts, which is Tyler's art page. He shows all of his 3D sculpting. He's on there. He's in the description as well. So message any of these guys if you're interested in anything. And I'm definitely, if I can get some of these Monkey King heads out there, get the returns, do another variant, do another portrait, and hopefully, you know, get things running for you guys as well, right?
Pretty great.
Yep.
We're not trying to take any side commissions right now. Like maybe Tyler is, but
At a time.
yeah, I'm really trying to just focus on this and make it happen as soon as possible, because it's a great idea. We just need, you know, someone to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I dig it. So what's the timeline looking like for something like this? You just
I would like to start this within 6 months.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That's the plan.
That's awesome, man. It's like you guys definitely have a clear vision.
That's
I do like that about this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you have
Sorry,
a clear
what was that
vision,
last
like you won't want to stop.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I've been just overwhelmed with all of this. I've been taking a lot more stuff, like trying to do more stuff here lately, and a lot of people, I don't know, I've just been kind of tired with a lot of this work here. But you guys, I don't really have a clear goal of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to as I'm figuring out that this is becoming, you know, something that people like to enjoy and listen to and watch. It's I'm just going on the fly, but it's cool to see that you guys have a plan to see where this is going.
Thank you. Yeah, we're working on it. So yeah, thanks for having us here.
There's some questions here. Andre says, can you ask them if they've considered getting on news media outlet to get more exposure?
Just share the video and make this one noticeable.
This is media. This is
it right here. Just share this one.
Yeah, and another cool thing that you had an idea for was just like having a figure, having like almost like a Justice League of all of the customs or the kit bashes from all the different community people who have different, like with my Monkey King head, you're like, oh, can I keep one for myself so that we can have your figure in our little group, in a little team that you've done there. I think that's pretty awesome too.
When we have the Smash Lab location, we want to show your guys' collection of all you guys, all the people we looked into, we looked up to, everybody. We want to see that. We think you guys deserve it. We think it'll be fun. Why not?
Yo, Panchisi has a good idea. He says, "Give me the 30-second elevator pitch, and then we can clip it, edit it, share that."
Yeah.
Instead of someone having to, I hope people will rewatch the whole thing, but instead of them scrubbing through the whole video, let's give them a nice, like a commercial.
I feel like there's a lot you can learn in the video just besides the idea. Just talking about how stop judging each other, because all you're doing is making yourself worse. Every time you judge somebody, you make yourself uglier, and we're not that ugly. We're really beautiful people. It's just we keep screwing ourselves over. I used to do it all the time. Like I said, once I started talking to Tyler, I was like, damn, why am I this way? Like, why am I like this?
Yeah,
my life is still the same as it was 3 weeks ago, but I'm much happier now just because I was able to let shit go. And I went to the people in the community. I apologized to certain people because I'm actually big fans of them. So why do I have to pretend I'm not just because someone called me stupid or something at one point? Like, that's not important. Like, it's way easy to just get past it and work together.
Stronger together.
Always stronger. That's why we created the Toy Community team, so that way it could be a whole new thing, so no one sees it as like, oh, it's that group or that group. It's like, this is just something fresh we want to do.
Yes. Why don't you elaborate on the toy community team? Not the hashtag.
I wanted to with that too. I was testing something like I always experiment. I put everything I put out there is intentional for the most part. But like when I said I put in a group like, hey, what if I start a podcast called the Toy Community? And everybody's like, that's genius. We love that. Yo, that's gonna be the best idea or the worst idea. Boom. People love drama because they think that that's all that is real joy. It's not fake joy. But when I said, hey, Toy Community team, let's work together, people were like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Let shit go. We will work way stronger as a team.
I do like the toy drama, some of those old stories. They are classics and they are quite entertaining.
I know all the drama. Yeah, at some point I was like, that's hilarious. But now I'm like, wow, we were just hurting each other and holding each other back.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I think one thing we wanted to really show with the Toy Community team thing too was just showing the whole repertoire of people that we had under our Toy Community team. The team type of people that would be working or we would be commissioning to help create the comic book, the diorama, part of the figure or something like that. And we wanted to have a way to showcase that art in one spot, because that way you want to get that out there, show it to somebody that might be picking it up. And if we were able to show it all in one spot, the Toy Community team, we have that way of showing this is who you are. I mean, they have the ability to pick it up from anybody. If anyone wants to look for sculpts, they find the sculptor, they find the diorama makers, and they all show up for work. And then just some way to give back to everybody by giving them a platform, another platform. And you can't go wrong with multiple platforms of being able to be exposed.
Yeah, we want
there are a lot of
really
talented people there.
Artists. Like one post, Michael Wisman, one post, Kevin, one post, Boog, and it just really saying what they've done in the community, how their mind works, and just in case new people come in, like if this idea pops up, a lot of kids are going to start buying toys, they're going to start doing toy photography, and we want a record of somehow like these are the guys that helped us get along, get where we are. Like check them out, because we get really lost jumping into groups and we're like, oh, I don't know who to follow. Like if we have a documentation of like these are some cool people to follow right here, straight up, nothing else in there like blurring anything. Check each person out.
Hell yeah. Jace Fig says, so did we end up getting the 30-second pitch? I believe it's still going on. The idea is how can I say this? And I mean this in like a feedback. I know you know what you want to do. I know you know all the aspects of of like what you're trying to accomplish, but maybe like a clear upfront
All
like.
right, all right. Like, hey kids, let me see. Let me build something up really quick, really quick. All right, like, hey kids, would you like an action figure of yourself? Join
Here we
us at
go.
the Smash Lab Creations, team, and we can turn you. You're already heroes. Now we just got to make you super. Simple, easy.
Beautiful. That's it. I think that's the one. That's the take. One take. That's all it took.
It's always one take because it's just us.
All it takes is, yeah, that's Plasti Attico usually does highlight clips of some like either funny shit or like inspirational shit that goes out. So we'll see, or maybe if he doesn't have time, I'll definitely edit that one for you. That "Hey Kids" part was it was fantastic. But yes,
This is all for the kids. It's not for you, the jaded adults. It's not. This is for the my son and the your kids. This is for the future generation. That's what the world is missing. They forgot to do things for the kids. That's the problem in the world right now. That all these kids are doing classes for all the press and everyone, and some of us, yeah, like Michael Wisman, he gets to enjoy time with his family. That's great, but not everyone is being able to enjoy that, right? Kids got forgotten. There's nothing fun happening right now. Right? Like you said, there's no Mr. Rogers teaching people educational things and how to love themselves. The world really needs that.
yeah, man. I think it's it's definitely a noble cause for guidance, like for the younger adults or kids or whatever age they are that they want to get involved in.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you said it's not for the jaded adults, I think that might have spoke to Jay's Figs specifically. He's like, wait, I don't get toys?
You do. If you enter this program, I promise you won't be a jaded adult anymore. Like we'll pull out
there
the
you
best
go.
and there you
You'll
go.
be
You
flipped.
totally enter the program.
It's cool, man, because like it seems like you have so many things, so many different different paths, so many different ideas. You want to do figures for like the everyday heroes. You're the everyday man, but you also want to do like the first responders, the frontline workers, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of great ideas, and I really hope that it all comes to fruition for you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I know, like, oh yeah, Prime to the First said right now, like, there's no kids watching. Yeah, we know that. That's why we're trying to do this so that we can bring the kids in. The kids are going to be the one that make this like more known, right? They're going to be the ones that have this thing survive the toy community. Like, it could be faster. It just needs to be a more known thing.
Well, one quote that I really liked was in Iron Man 2.
Yes.
Tony Stark, when he came fighting, he said, "This isn't about you. This isn't about me. This is about any of us. It's all about the legacy that we choose to leave behind." And from then on, I was thinking, well, what is my legacy? What is going to be? What I'm going to be able to be known for after I'm gone? Is it going to be still going on after I'm gone? And that's something that we were thinking about is how are we going to move this on to the next generation? And how do we make the next generation care more about toys if this ever dies off? We don't want that to happen. We want everybody to the legacy to live on forever.
We want by like 2-3 years from now, we want people like Dallas James to watch a show like this on TV with his kids, and just have fun. Like whoever it may be, you can now. Cheney, maybe wants his daughter to be more into action figures. Now there's a kids show where you guys can enjoy that together. You guys can, hey, I want you to love toys. Okay, boom. Now it's like such a normal thing. Everybody loves toys.
Yeah.
You could watch
Absolutely.
this with your kids. You would be like, oh God, Chris is stupid, but my kid's laughing or whatever, like whatever. I know how to be silly. I know how to make kids laugh. I talk to my son like that, very heroic. Like, how's it going, hero? And he lights up. Kids love it. Kids love to feel noticed. Everybody loves to feel noticed and just feel special. And if you can make someone feel strong, that's beautiful. Like
That's the beauty of like the innocence, the uncorruptedness of a child, man. You can do that with a kid.
We all like gave up on like, oh, life's not great, but it is because every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, it's like a little kid, and then they light up, their eyes look dead, and then we have a conversation, and then their eyes change. they have a twinkle in their eye, like, wow, I'm awake now. I feel noticed, and all of them say that, like, thank you, like I really needed this. It's a fun thing, you know, just to talk to people. And if I have to walk out in the street and ask every person, what's a hero to you, you know, like, so be it. If that's the only way I can get the word out, go ahead. Every time I'm like, they're like, well, who are you? Who are you? I'm like, well, I'm Chris. You know, we own the world's greatest toy company you've never heard of. And they're like, well, and I tell them the idea, and they're like, when that happens, like, let us know, we'll help you. We'll put in money. Everyone is always saying like they'll help. It's just the jaded people that are like, nah, you know, like, and when I get to have a one-on-one with them, they're not jaded. It's just people that think they knew who we were or whatever it may be.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna assume like this has happened. Has there this energy that you're putting out there right now, all this positivity? Have you been met with some people who are just like, yo, what's with this guy? Why is he so like, I don't know, like so, or like so just so animated or so positive?
Anytime that I meet someone in person, they don't question it. It's only other people that are like, oh, this is all of a sudden. It's not. I've always been like this, whether it's been like fully in front of somebody or just little chunks of it by myself. This is who I am. I always rehearse lines, acting, or I always write music or sing, whatever it may be. I've always done that. This is not new, but no, like that's why I said when I meet a random person in the street, no one ever questions like, why are you this nice? Like why?
Right.
And then I tell them, because if I'm nice and I can pull out the beauty from you, you become stronger and I become stronger, and the world is that much safer. If I could have a show showing everybody what I've been doing, the world would feel safer knowing that every single person at the end of the day wants the best for everybody else. They just want to have fun in their own way and not be judged. And that's it.
Awesome.
So if we can bring attention to that and have a show or something, and the kids can see and families can see like, wow, there's really a lot of good people out there. It would bring so much hope back.
I love it. All the different people who come on and open toys, like everyone does different things. This is definitely the most unique and like one of the most refreshing things, you know, like not to disrespect, you know, people who've been on before, like they all do amazing stuff, but you know, I don't think there's an idea out there like this. So I'm definitely thankful for you guys for coming on and explaining all this stuff and sharing your ideas with everyone. And I do hope that it picks up and you know, more people see this.
My boys said, what do you need to start the show for? Is it your YouTube videos? It's not. That's me just showing you guys that I'm being more confident every day, that I'm conquering a fear every day. It's just me, personal record, because I know this is gonna happen. Once somebody sees it, they're gonna say, yeah, fuck yeah. Because even if they don't have the proof of concept, they know what the fuck they want. They know exactly how to do it. They have the team. They're ready. They have the location. Go. Somebody out there will say, okay, show us what you got. So
I think because of your recent videos, I do want to buy a skateboard. I've been saying for the last like 4 years, I'm like, yo, is 30, 33, 34, 35 too old to buy a skateboard? And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. So, and then when Paul was on, it's like he became a cosplayer at like, I don't know, he's older than me. He became a cosplayer because he just loved crafting all that stuff and the characters and making the proton pack for his Ghostbusters cosplay. And now he's like full 501st and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I had cosplay ideas. And then I was telling myself, Kevin, you're too old for this shit. You know, it's like, am I really gonna go to conventions and dress up in this? I kind of do want to do it, but it's like,
do that with your kids. You guys will be. They'll look at you. They already know you're a superhero.
I want to do like a whole family Halloween cosplay.
Whole family event.
I'm buying a skateboard tomorrow. It's also the middle of winter, so I'm not buying a skateboard tomorrow because it's gonna be a terrible idea. It's like pure ice outside. I can't even go jogging. Oh, Plunderlings is in the house, man. He says, Kevin, follow your dreams. Dude, Plunderlings is like an amazing example of that, right? They had an idea. They put it out there. They took their shot. Huge hit everywhere. Everyone loves that stuff. Putting out, people are like begging for more
Once
Plunderlings.
you know what you're doing, what you want to do, you'll do it.
Yeah.
right here, this tech deck right here. It's not a tech deck. It's a fingerboard by Flat Face Mike Schneider. This is $100 fingerboard right here. Mike Schneider turned something that everybody loved, fingerboards, and made it this company. His family runs it. They host events. All these kids come, out of a fingerboard, created like a little empire, dude. That's fucking inspirational right there. You guys
love you
can
guys.
really something.
I love you guys. Look at all these guys. Follow your dream. Kevin, you should dress up. Oh, that's different. Let's get them Tomorrow Plunderlings. Yes, for sure. Tomorrow Plunderlings. Cosplay, yes. Skate, no. Marcus Yee says we're not getting any younger. Might as well do it as soon as possible. Yeah, man. My knees. When I'm old, if I do it any older and I fall on my ass, that recovery time is going to be exponentially longer than it is right now. Next live, dress up as a Baron. What does a Baron even look like? What's a Baron? That's going to be my question. What's a Baron to you? What's a butter Baron to you?
Yeah, I was looking up the Baron things. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what it can make it look like. Yeah, the Baron thing is weird. It's like more of a name rather than a look.
Yeah, I want him like a caricature, like a cartoon of it. And I kind of settled on this idea. He's kind of like Mayor McCheese, who has like a big hamburger head, but he's just going to be a stick of butter.
that body you had shown with the I forgot what Figma that was, the little dumpling looking Figma.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty base.
That dumpling dude. Yeah, I know Cheney was really hyped about that. They were talking about it on the Toy Migos, and definitely put a butter head on that. Yeah, look at all these guys, man. They're like, this is the kind of positive energy that should be out there all the time. King Megacon says, "Do what you love."
If any of you guys, sorry, Kevin, if any of you guys just want to chat one day, video chat, message us. I'll video chat you. Let's talk about it. Like this is a very therapeutic thing. Seriously, it'll help you a lot just to have a nice conversation. So we're here. You know our DMs, whatever. Don't be scared.
Absolutely. Panchisi says, "Start cosplaying and skating." I think that would make a pretty cool video. Blow out your knees. See, I don't want to mess up my knees because my house has like 1, 2, 3. It's almost like a bungalow or a townhouse. So there's like way too many stairs. And I have so many toys in here that I'd never want to pack it up and move. Like we've decided we're never moving again. So I have to make sure my knees survive these stairs into my much later years. Let's see. Adam Gonzalez says he's gonna come up with my Baron character. That guy, I was saying earlier, there's a lot of amazing and very talented people out there, sculptors. Like Tyler, I've been following you for how long? And I just find out recently that you can kill it with the sculpting like that. I see Panchisi's doing more sculpting as well on his iPad he was on last week. And just a lot of talented people, man. There's definitely people should be backing, getting behind your project. When I say backing, I don't mean like Kickstarter backing. I just mean like just supporting it, promoting it, talking about it, all that stuff. Getting behind the idea, even at the most basic level. Just being more helping the younger generation, right? Giving them. Sweet. It's not 4 floors. It's like the basement is like don't worry about it. Don't worry. Last but not least, you guys have any more toys to open? Is that it? You've the star of the show right here is Inferno, not the Krig.
Yeah. What's it called? No, I think I've gone through all of them. I don't really have time. I was kind of distracted, but I was gonna open up her, but I might save her for another time. But now I opened up the Bardock, the Android 18, which was pretty dope. But I don't know. I want to say the Demonical Fit one's gonna be better because of the cut that they did on theirs. This one is kind of I would say crap waist articulation. It can't really stay there, so I don't really care for this one that much. It's cool, but I'm going to buy another one of this. And then Krig was dope as hell. glad to add more to the Rumble Society and pair them up with some Bear and Bens over here eventually for some photos. And that's pretty much it.
That's good stuff. I swear, Chris, you said you were going to open a mini brand.
I opened 2 of them.
Got some of these here. This is what he's opened
you
up.
got Tommy.
I wanted.
I definitely need a Rugrats Tommy, man. Do you have duplicates?
Yeah, I got like 3 of them, I think.
Got that
Can you
one.
I'll buy one off you. Send it with the heads.
For sure. I'll just send it to you. Don't worry about
Yeah, the cool part about this is like Zuru make all these different types of blind bag toys, but then you can get like a mini version of one of their blind box toys in the blind box toy. It's like some Inception level toy packaging, man. It's like they were watching exhibit and they're like, yo, I heard you like our toy blind box toys. Well, now I got blind box toys in the blind box.
Actually,
But for people who don't know, like they come in that ball and then like it kind of opens up like this,
Oh, okay.
like an orange, and you just open up each level. Well, I think we're right around that 2-hour mark. We can wrap it up real quick. I know some people have some questions. We can go through some comments real quick, such as the Inferno is so sick. Organic magma dragoon from Mega Man X4 vibes for sure.
I'm going to look into that then.
Which mini brands are those? These are the toy brand. They've got like this bluish teal wrapper around the side. Yeah, whenever I go toy hunting and I don't find anything, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy one of these. And it's cool. I can grab one and open it with the kids. They're happy and they get to open stuff. I can see why this is addicting and why they try to regulate this and keep it away from children. All right. So Chris, Tyler, we know what the idea is. We know what the future is for Smash Labs. Where can people follow you, keep up with you, follow the whole story, the whole journey?
Smash Lab Creations, Papa Smash, and
yeah, and then you got me on my Uncanny Assassin for the figure photography, Uncanny Sculpts for any of the 3D art that I do. But yeah, the Smash Lab Creations one is the team one itself. That's gonna be everybody. Any information about further projects will be under Smash Lab Creations. That's gonna be the team.
And also, this was just the idea. So we're gonna be working all the proof of concepts, like my figure, hopefully Tyler's figure, my brother's figure, show the whole experience. And then in 6 months, we want to drop a video for the toy community just to let them know, hey, this is it. It's not just an idea. This is a proof of what it is, proof of concept, digital, whatever, all that. We want to have at least one thing to show you guys, and then if you guys like it and see how it is, we just ask that you help share the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like a videographer on the team too, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna make us look like real life superheroes.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, for people, I know today was less toy-ish and more like we were still talking about toys. There wasn't that many. The unboxing of toys wasn't on the forefront, but I did kind of open these two guys. Thank you, Laser Pants, for hooking me up with this in a trade. Guys, these look amazing. Yeah, so make sure you follow these guys right here. I have all of their descriptions, all of their social media in the description below. What's some housekeeping stuff? Plunderlings tomorrow, Friday, the 26th. Was it 4 p.m.? Plunderlings.com, bbts.com. Get your fawns over there. You guys are doing what? You guys are doing hats? Well, you got some hats.
The hats are mostly for the team and giveaways for people that have done something nice that I remembered. That's about it. We're not really trying to like sell them.
Right. But you guys do make some nice shipping containers. Man, I completely blanked out there. Sometimes I blank out when I'm on camera because I'm got all these different things going on. But some of the best ones in the game. Porta Johns. Yeah. 4 p.m. Eastern time, says Plunderlings. There you go. Porta John. Any other ideas coming up for props, dioramas, things like that?
No, not we're waiting for that 6-month mark
Yeah.
to get everything fleshed out, and that's when you'll see the 30-second pitch. When we have that ready, we'll have that out there. We're just trying to talk to you guys now, as it is kind of early for us at the moment. But that's just because we wanted to show you guys what's actually going on behind the scenes and not to be worried about anything.
Yeah.
But
A lot of people freaking out. Like, I'm just building up the character. I'm just getting myself pumped up, and that's it. So we can do this.
Trying to bring attention to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Shark Tank. Shark Tank is like the American
basically
version of Dragon's Den.
Want this, and I know you guys want this because normal people that aren't in the toy community want this. So you guys have to want this.
I dig it, man. Like I said, I love that you guys both are so into it. The energy that you're putting out there, the positivity, the whole objective. It's fantastic to see.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on, man. Thank you. So
Thank
much.
you.
No, thank you guys for your time. Next week, was it March the 4th, will be the Enablers. I've spoken about them before. 796 High School Creations, Prime to the First, and myself. We're probably going to see how many people we can get to buy stuff and enable them. And it's just a terrible game that we have amongst the four of us. And I think on High School Creations, his stream last week, a lot of people ended up being enabled and buying stuff. So I need to get some points back. The week after that, it's going to be Kyle, who just showed up in the chat. What's going on, Kyle? And Sergeant Bananas. You guys might know him. And I just want to hear some perspective from some of those guys. Different collectors in the community. Panchizi says he wants in on the Enablers Club. Wow, really struggling because he did enable me to buy this Jackie Chan head sculpt from Hong Kong, I think, on eBay. So it's amazing. What you get the application when I actually get the toy in hand. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on. I had a blast.
Thank you.
Definitely, like I said in the beginning, I learned something new every week. That was a lot of cool stuff that you've shown me, and I hope that people watching, you have something to take away from this too.
Cool. Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. So, guys, have a good night. Everyone watching, thank you very much. You can hit the thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you next week and the week after that. February was, for me personally, I think like I hit some goals in this month, not just like likes and views or whatever. Like I, definitely just leveled up a little bit there, even personally. So, I want to keep pushing for more stuff for you guys to enjoy in the upcoming weeks and months. And, we'll see how long I can keep pushing this and how much room I have left in here before I'm drowning in toys and boxes. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Smash Labs, thank you for being here. Everybody, please stay safe and keep toying around. Peace.